Hi guys, it's Elena and I'm enchanted to have you be here on my channel. On today's video, I'm going to be making a special notebook, kind of something like this, but completely from scratch. Well, almost from scratch. I'm using the ARC notebook systems and I'll link everything down in the description if you guys are curious to start your own. And what I'll be making is my botanical Bible or my plant book, a book of information on all my plants, something along those lines. As you can see here, I am flipping through beautifully decorated pages to come up with a nice cover for my notebook. I want something more unique, more personal, something that feels kind of like my booklet. So I'm just looking through a ton of these pages and trying to pick out the one that speaks to me the most. I suppose that would be the best way to put it. I had a hard time deciding. They're all so pretty, and this gold one particularly is just beautiful, so I'm putting little tabs on there just to help my decision process. So I'm going through a ton of these. You only see the two that I picked through the most, but there were a lot of booklets that I ended up going through. So just enjoy some beautiful artwork as I choose my pages. Every time I flip through pages like this, I just get so inspired to create something. So these two pages is what I couldn't decide between. I really like that white background florally print and that gold background florally print. So I put it up on my Instagram story for my followers to help me decide. As they were deciding, I went on to make more pages. So I printed out these sheets. I created them myself with information on what I want to track within my plants. I'm going to link down in the description if you want a PDF copy of it so you can, create your own notebook. You're more than welcome to use it. It's completely free. It's just in a Google Documents. I would ask you though, if you do use those pages, to give this video a thumbs up and a comment, just a shout out, say hey, that would really help the Google Analytics, and I hope you enjoy using the pages. I'm going to go over what the information's contained in the pages a little bit later, so just stick around and enjoy my creative process as I try to get this notebook together, completely from scratch. The tools that I have are not perfect. They're fairly inexpensive, and because your girl just needs something to work, it doesn't really have to be fancy. So I'm using this Walmart straight edge cutter that doesn't even have perfectly straight edges, but hey, it works. Let's just go with that, it works. The reason I'm making so many pages is because I have so many plants. I think at this point in my house, I have over 50 species of plants and multiples of some species of plants, and I'm getting close to my goal of turning my house into a jungle, and it's looking wonderful and lovely, and I'm kind of now addicted and keep wanting to add more plants. So this is from the ARC notebook system. It is their own special hole puncher. It does the edges to help click into the little rings and tabs and stuff like that. I love the system because it's so customizable. As you can see, I've really created my own notebook. All I needed was the hole puncher and the rings, and they have different size rings. So in case my booklet gets big and chunky, I could just add in a bigger ring and keep adding pages. So it's amazing. I've been using them for years. I love them for schoolwork. I use them for my book of shadows. I love the customizability of it. It's just phenomenal. And the fact that they have their own little hole puncher and stuff, it just makes it even better. As I said, I'm going to link most of the products that I use down in the description. If you guys are curious to check it out, there are going to be links to Amazon, and I'm not sure what the prices are at this point, but I really like the system. And my planner is similar system-wise. It's the Happy Planner, and they use like similar rings and like tabs and stuff like that, so it all just ties in together greatly, and I just really love the customizability of it. As you can see, like the 2 different size rings, and I ended up using a bigger ring. So for the cover of the booklet, I'm using these like plasticky stuff that I ended up having from a past notebook that I tried to make, but it didn't really work out. So I'm just reusing it to make the smaller notebook and to make a more protective cover rather than just it being papers. And I love how it's see-through, but it's like shimmery, and it doesn't really show well on camera, but the shimmer is like rainbowy, reflective-y. So unlike when you look straight down in it, it's see-through, but on the side you kind of can't see through it. And I just like love the versatility of it, I suppose that's the word. That was a bit tough to cut through. It's a chunkier piece of plastic, and it's kind of slippery, so I had to like really put in some force in order to be able to cut through that one. But as I said, like, look at the shimmeriness of it and the rainbowiness. Oh, I just love it. I wish you could see how like actually rainbowy it is. I had lights directly onto it, and the camera doesn't really pick up as shimmery as it is. It just made it look so much prettier. Who needs an arm workout when you can cut plastic, right? I just trimmed off the corners so they wouldn't stab me and jab me and make me bleed, because I put enough blood, sweat, and tears into this notebook. Yes, I did get a paper cut, unfortunately, but I'm just trimming the edges to make sure that nothing is too sharp and too pointy, especially while I'm working with it. I also used a nail filer to help shave down the edges that I just cut, because they were also quite sharp, and that just made it a little bit more manageable. Oh, my little kitty decided to visit me. She's such a sweetheart and a pain in the butt all at the same time. Her name is Lila, and she is my oldest fur baby. And then I have the youngest fur baby, my puppy. She just wouldn't leave. Now, the hole puncher that I have for the arc systems did work quite well for this thicker plastic, and I was really excited about it. I ended up measuring the little tab on the side to make sure that it lines up with the tabs of like my guide sheet, and yeah, that's what happened. I ended up getting like part of the corner bitten off because of the way that they're spaced. But I made it work. It wasn't too bad. Just cut that off, make it look like it's supposed to be, you know, nice and smooth edge. I don't know if you can tell, but these videos are sped up to a certain extent. I really don't think you guys want to be sitting here for hours just watching me, you know, struggle. I made sure to edit out all the struggliest bits and pieces so it just looks, you know, nice and smooth, like I kind of know what I'm doing. And here I'm putting in the rings. They go in and out so easily, but they really hold the papers together well. Like, you'd be surprised how well it ends up holding together once there's like a good layer of like papers and other things. It stays together quite nicely. Here I'm trying to decide where I want that smooth corner to go, and I ended up deciding on the top left corner where it kind of looks least suspecting. I'm using this little pocket divider that also comes with the ARC notebook systems, so I can tuck in any notes or anything like that in there. I cleaned off the little plastic of all fingerprints and dust and all that fun stuff just to make it look a little nicer and a little shinier. Since it was reused previously, I figured it needed a little bit of a TLC. And I'm just using window cleaner, kind of my own make of window cleaner that I ended up adding sage and other essential oils to, so I'm cleansing the notebook at the same time. And here's the next mistake that I found. Yeah. I ended up making the holes in the wrong space because I ended up using the measurement from the past notebook that I made and not the current notebook, so there's an extra hole punch. But I fixed the situation. I chopped off the bottom bits and made sure that everything fits. I'm a little frustrated because I hate making mistakes, but you know, we're humans. We make mistakes, we learn from our mistakes, we just need to figure things out along the way. I think I really should invest in a straight edge cutter that's able to handle more than 5 pieces of paper at a time. Maybe my future purchase, that's what it would be. Now, since that frustration was over, I decided to continue shortening the blank pages as well, since I ended up creating some blank pages to write extra notes on and other things. It was tedious work, but I got it done. So I'm finally able to put the papers into the little rings to line everything up. It is so satisfying to pop them in, and like it makes the most satisfying like a click, click, click noise, so I could pretty much do that all day. I can't praise this notebook system enough. I mean, the customizability of it is incredible, and not only are you able to create your own things to add into it, Staples has a ton of things that you can add into it. Amazon has a ton of things that you could add into this notebook system, and it's just truly phenomenal. Just like that, the notebook is pretty much done. I ended up using the leftovers of those plasticky pieces and creating some divider tabs. That way I can have, regular house plants. I can make a divider and put in my herbs and that type of information in there, and then I can have a tab for future plants that I will be getting, or kind of like a wish list, or really any other plant related information that I need. Can you see the rainbowy reflection of that plastic cover? I don't know why, but I'm just like in love with it. Clean those up and off as well. I wish I can give reference to where those clear plasticky pieces are from, but I unfortunately can't provide links since my husband ended up providing them for me. I think they are like the mid screens in computers, like between the computer glass and like the computer text stuff. I think that's where they're from. They're polarizing screens. Something like that. I don't know, but I just really like how pretty they were. And I'm all for recycling and reusing things. Here I'm just trying to match up where the tabs would look best. That was, for some reason, a brain twister for me. So the notebook could be done just like that and used, but I kind of needed to customize it my own way a little bit. And of course, let's put in the plant information. This is my favorite pen in the world. It's erasable, like magic. And it has 4 colors. They also have like gel pens with a bunch of other different colors that you can use. I'm gonna link those down in the description. Like, I cannot praise this pen enough. This pen and the notebook system is like my go-to all the time, everywhere. So within the pages, here is kind of the information that I have in printed. I have given name. I name my plants. If you don't know, all of my plants have a name. On my Instagram, I have a Feature Plant Friday where I post a picture of one of my plants, their name, and like kind of information and tips and care, things like that. If you want to follow me on Instagram, more than welcome to say hi to me. I'd love to be friends. In the pages, it has given name, botanical name, known name, the date I purchased or planted, if it's an indoor, outdoor, or like a seasonally indoor, outdoor plant, if it's toxic to pets, toxic to humans, and how, light requirements, preferred soil, watering preferences, watering schedule, fertilization needs, fertilization schedule, best time for repotting, spring, summer, fall, winter. It has like a checklist type of thing. If it likes to be misted or not, its preferred temperatures, common diseases or issues, repotting dates, if I've ever repotted this plant, how to propagate this plant, if this plant already has been propagated, and if there's any magical uses or medical uses of this plant. I know a lot of houseplants look beautiful and gorgeous, but they also have magical uses for them, which makes it amazing, and medical uses, which makes it also quite amazing. So this whole sheet has all of that printed information on there, so I don't have to keep rewriting it and things like that. And then I ended up leaving the back of it blank so I can put other notes and other information on it as well. So one of the things I wanted to add to this book is pictures of all my plants, and I'm using this little Kodak mini Polaroid type of printer thing or whatever. I don't know, it prints in like 3 colors. It's kind of addicting to watch it printed out, I must say, and it's just wonderful because it's like a little sticker. And on the back of my pages, I ended up putting a picture of the plant, the date the picture was taken, alongside with any other information. I mean, just like, I love that little printer thing. It's so easy. It Bluetooths right from your phone, so you can just take a picture of your phone, print it out, bam. As I said, the little printed pictures are stickers. And just like that, I have a whole page on Jenna, my rubber gum tree plant. And when I took that picture, the other information that I put it is where the plant currently resides. Like this one lives in my living room. And then as of the date of the picture taken, I put the height of this plant and the size of the biggest leaf. And I'm kind of proud of it. The height of it is 9.5 inches and her biggest leaf is 6 inches. And then later, like in a couple of months, when I go back and check it and see, you know, the growth, the process, and in a couple of months add in another picture. And I'm just so excited to track the progress of my wonderful plant babies. So that's kind of the information I put in there. Okay, moment you've been waiting for. What cover did I choose? My Instagram ended up being 50-50, so I had my husband pick. He broke the vote. He was the one that chose the white, and I'm kind of happy that was my choice too. So I ended up using the white with the flower background, and I turned that into cover sheet for my notebook. Use the past art guide cover sheets as a tracer, and it just tied the whole book in together. I love the flowers and the floraliness of it. I mean, it's pretty perfect for a botanical Bible, if I must say so myself. Now, have you ever ended up keeping a notebook or tracking of your plants or anything like that? And does this kind of inspire you to do so? Because I'm so excited in like 3 months to go through this notebook and like re-measure my plants again and just to see how much they grew. I'm really excited. Do you currently have a favorite houseplant? Right now it's my philodendron that's hanging in my bedroom window, and I swear every day it like grows an inch and it is beautiful, and I see it every morning when I wake up and it just makes me so darn happy. I love the cover of it, and I love how it has details that are in like gold shimmeriness, like the little butterflies are embossed gold, and it's just so pretty. Alright, next up I gotta put a title on my notebook. I kind of have a tendency to label my entire life. So all my notebooks need to be labeled as well, and I'm just deciding, which letterings will be perfect for the front of that book. I wanted to use those brown ones that you see on the side, but I ended up not having enough B's for a botanical Bible title and went with different letters because I needed more B's. Just look at the benefit of those rings. I mean, you could just take it apart and put it back together as you see fit. It's so easy to take it apart in a certain way, but when you flip it through it, it just doesn't come apart as easy as if you were to like pull it a certain way. I don't know. I really like these notebooks. And here is a super speed through of me placing the letters on top of this cover page because it took me forever to do it. And don't come at me because I did spell botanical wrong. Yeah, I did. And I'm dealing with it. I'm just gonna let it be and giggle each time I see the title. Oh, so pretty. The gold lettering matches with the gold butterflies and it just ties in the whole thing together. Voila! Currently in absolute love of this little notebook. So here's that one page I did. As I've mentioned before, I have over 50 species of plants in my house at the moment. And I'm going to put in some of the printing that I did of some of the plants and things like that. I don't really think you want to sit through me filling out that notebook for all 50 of the plants. But if you are interested in having maybe a flip through of the notebook, of the completed notebook, of course, with all the pictures and all the information and things like that of the plants that I do have, let me know down in the comments. I'm thinking of doing something like that later on, maybe when I have like multiple photos of progress and tracking of them. I'm not sure. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to see more of me, and I will see you on my next video. Bye!